He's the original hustler and was voted the greatest living player of the 20th century. He's a 10-time world champion and winner of over 100 professional pool and pocket billiard tournaments, including the $150,000 IPT World 8-Ball Championship at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. When the pressure's on, Mike the Mouth Siegel's actions speak louder than words. The youngest member ever to be inducted into the BCA Hall of Fame, Sigel is considered the most gifted player ever to pick up a cue, but he retired for 10 years before coming back to play on the International Pool Tour in 2006. Does he still have the edge, the skills, and desire to win another major victory? This time against the sport's most dominant young straight pool champion? Some say Siegel's glory time was then, and Schmidt's time is now. Sigel disagrees. It's put up or shut up time for Mike the Mouth in tonight's online IPT Ultimate Straight Pool Challenge.
Well, Grady, as you know, Sigel has not played competitively on a regular tour for over 10 years now. How will this affect him on this stage against a younger, more aggressive and athletic John Schmidt?
Well, if I had to pay, John, to see a championship match, I'd pay big money to come and watch this particular game because it has everything that embodies championship play. Mike quit the game, in my opinion, because there was nothing else for him to accomplish. He won 105 tournaments. The young players had bone crusher breaks, and he no longer had an easy win by playing average. But he plays all the games really well. And then you got John Schmidt, who has won the U.S. Open 9-ball. He's won a couple of big straight pool tournaments, and he is fearless, and he is the best modern young shot maker I ever saw.
But how much do you think the layoff and the fact that Sigel hasn't played pool regularly, competitively, will affect him against a Schmidt in a very competitive winner-take-all match?
Well, I always thought Mike might have been the best player in the finals that I ever saw. He played perfect pool at all the disciplines in the finals. Almost every time that he entered a major tournament arena, he likes the spotlight. He likes to chitter and chat. And
we hadn't noticed.
Yeah. So anyway, he won't be quiet. We'll get our earful.
No, Mike is not the reticent pool champion. He will let you know without question. And by the way, John Schmidt and Mike Sigel played each other just one time before. It was 8 years ago. It was John Schmidt's first match as a professional pool player, and Schmidt won in a big upset. John Schmidt also coming off a convincing recent straight pool win against Oliver Ortmann in the last IPT Ultimate Challenge. Clearly is one of the new breed of American pool players, a good athlete, a good golfer. He's hustled a bit in pool in his day, but really represents the new wave of guys who take the sport and the preparation of it really seriously, does he not?
He sure does. And these young guys today, they've got their little cliques. They work out, you know, they go to the gym, they practice religiously every day. Let's take 9-ball just for a little aside. What they'll do, they'll move the cue ball back and forth all the way across the table and hit their break shot with different speeds and Englishes. They fill up notebooks with the results. No. Consequently, they play great.
Now, when you were playing regularly professionally, you were in the gym all the time, weren't you?
No, are you kidding? I didn't know what a gym was.
Yeah, they weren't invented then.
But what I did do, I played 90 hours on the nats, so that got me the money against a talented, long-winded guy who had a pocket full of mallards, or hunters, as we used to call them.
Absolutely. Well, gym or not, Grady has siphoned a few dollars out of the pockets of some opponents over the days, and we've got an amazing classic matchup in the classic match and game of straight pool. And when we come back, we will see the lag. But first, take a quick look at Mr. 400 John Schmidt. Sigel versus Schmidt, straight pool, live online.
If you want to know who the reigning master of straight pool is, you need to know two words: John Schmidt. Although the Iowa native has only been playing professionally since 2005, Schmidt solidified his place amongst the most lethal straight pool masters ever by virtue of his convincing victory in last month's IPT Challenge over Oliver Ortmann. He also once ran 400 straight balls, earning him the nickname Mr. 400. And he can also lay claim to being the 2006 U.S. Open champion. But tonight, Mr. 400 goes cue to cue with a genuine pool legend, Mike the Mouth Sigel. It's been years since the controversial Hall of Famer has played straight pool, a game in which he used to be second to none. It's pool's most colorful legend versus the sport's most promising future. Will Schmidt rise to the occasion and run 400 again?